What's going on, guys? Clifton Denny with On Your Own Outdoors. Hey guys, so over the last couple of weeks we've been talking about tree seats. So what we got today is a universal shooting rail made by Muddy. Again, I picked this thing up at Max Prairie Wings because we're talking about tree seats. Might as well throw in a shooting rail as well. One thing about this, if you see in the photo, it's got a seat here. It does not come with the chair. So whatever chair you have, you can buy this to give yourself a shooting rail if you are that gun hunter, crossbow hunter, something like that. Or if you're a bow hunter, it gives you the option to fold it up, which is what you see here on the tree right now. This thing weighs about 7 pounds. The backrest is 14 inches wide by 8 inches tall. It's got one ratchet strap. It actually has a pretty nifty little strapping mechanism that makes it easy, keeps it out of your way, it keeps it from biting into your back. This thing is user-friendly. One knock right off the bat. It doesn't come put together. That's the only thing that I ever have bad really to say about Muddy is everything that you buy from Muddy, you got to put together. However, get you 2 1/2-inch wrenches and 2 3/8-inch wrenches, and you can throw this thing together. I think it took me about 5 minutes. There's literally 3 bolts, and you got it. It's put together. It's ready to go. So number one about this that I wanted to talk about was the availability to use it with a tree seat. So if you're using it from the ground, if you see here, there is a blind kit available for it. So if you had something set up against the tree like this, you had a tree seat sitting down there below it, you do have the option to buy a blind kit. Blind kit kind of folds over, goes up on top of it. You can move it up and down. Again, if you're using it for turkey hunting, same thing. The only thing to remember is I think the lightest tree seat that we've done has been about 4 to 5 pounds. This thing weighs 7. So there you go. That kind of gives you that ballpark. So you're right above 10 pounds. Not too heavy, honestly. The only thing with this is it does give you the room inside of it. So it is a little big. It is a little bulky. So this is definitely something I would pre-set up. However, the big thing about this that I do like is, say that you're like myself and here on my property, I've got 2 different ladder stands that I've had since I was like 16. So we've had these dudes for 20 years. However, now, as my little man's getting older, I primarily bow hunt, but he uses a crossbow. I bought this thing, that way I can set it up on top of one of those stands. We can make a blind, and then he has a solid shooting rest. And that's one thing about this. It is made out of steel, so that's the reason you get the 7 pounds instead of lighter. However, it is pretty daggum solid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of walk over here by it, fold it down. It's not very loud. It works pretty well. It comes with the little plastic garments that go in between the metal pieces, so it's not making a whole bunch of noise. It does come with foam, so around that outside rail, it's got foam that goes inside, and it's got the camouflage wrap over the top of it and Velcro over it. So it's definitely not something you want to put together in the woods. You can put it together before you go out, put it on an existing stand so that you can take your buddy, your kids, getting them outdoors. That's number one priority, right? But it gives you availability to give them a shooting rest in whatever setup you already have. So let's go on ahead, get over here and talk about this thing. So for the purpose of the video, guys, obviously I don't have a tree seat set up, so I set this thing up a little bit higher. So there you go. There's your rest. As you can see, I'm putting a lot of weight on it. It's pretty solid. It's set up pretty good for that all-around shot. There's not too much room where you're trying to lean out to get on that rest, and then it's not too close to you where you can't get a rest. If you have a rifle, you can jump on it. It's pretty user-friendly for that. They do call it universal because it'll fit just about anything. It is just like a lot of the stuff we talk about. It is a tool for the situation that you find yourself in. So like I said, tree seat, ladder stand, stuff like that. What I'm gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this camera. We're gonna go around, talk about how this thing goes together, how it bites into a tree, and then we'll finish this video up with the pluses and minuses like we always do. Let's go. All right, guys, so I got y'all here with me now. This is it. So basically it comes with 2 bars and this back section that's back here. This is a connection point. 1 bolt's gonna go here, 1 bolt's gonna go there, and then you actually have a bolt that's in here up front to put the 2 together. This is one thing that I do think is a plus. They thought about it. They put these little hooks here. So you've got little hooks in here where your ratchet strap kind of bites into. It gives it a really solid pull point so that it's keeping it even. You know, they're even on both sides, so it's not pulling one way or the other. One thing that I would like to have seen is some adjustment here. So if your tree is kind of canted backwards, you're kind of SOL on that thing not kicking up. It's gonna be a little bit higher. It's not that big of a deal. I'm really, biting at it here, but that's what the purpose of these videos are, is talk about the things that I like and I don't like about it. Now, The way that it pivots, moves up, folds up out of the way. How stiff that is depends on how stiff you tighten these bolts up. So for myself, I've got them pretty tight. The reason being is I don't want that thing to be flapping all over the place. One ratchet strap, like I said, super user friendly. The seat just Velcros on. It keeps that metal out the middle of your back. But like I said, this is not something that I would tote in with me. This is a go, take it in, leave it in the spot where it was at, and kind of let it bump. All in all, for a tool, it is a great tool, and I love to see that universal stuff. As y'all know, y'all hear me talk about it in all my videos or a lot of my videos. I don't like the products that's made for one thing. We're all going to be spending money on this thing. If I'm going to be spending money on it, I want it to be something that I can use multi-purpose, and being able to use this to set up. If you buy the blind kit that goes with it, that's beneficial. Being able to use it in a ladder stand is beneficial. And then ultimately, like if I was to carry my little dude public land hunting, be able to set him up a tree seat, set this up around him so he's got that rest, and we're not trying to use shooting sticks, is always going to be a plus. All right, guys, we're going to end this video just like we always do. We're going to talk about the pluses and the minuses of the product that we have here with us, which is the Muddy Universal Shooting Rail. So, plus, it does swing up and down. Plus, it is made out of steel, so it is more solid. You're not getting a whole lot of bounce and play. You can actually put some weight on there and don't have to worry about it folding up. Minus, it doesn't come put together. You got to have that 1/2 inch and that 3/8 inch wrenches. You need one of each, or a crescent wrench you can put on that backside so you can tighten those things up. Again, when you're doing the 2 back bolts, make sure you snug those dudes up pretty good. That way you don't get that flopping back and forth. It gives it a little tension to kind of stay up. Another plus, the way that it hooks in the back. It does have, and I don't know how well you could see it a while ago, it's got 2 spots where it bites into the tree. I like a stand and or something that straps to a tree that has those 2 spots where it bites into a tree. The reason being is it just keeps it more solid. So those are probably 6 to 8 inches apart. That way it keeps it from doing all that pivoting. It does come with the foam that goes around it. That's nice, so you're not up there beating and banging every time you go to lay your rifle on it. Minuses, it's got Velcro. I don't like Velcro, and it's metal to metal. And then ultimately the weight. 7 pounds is a little heavy, but like we talk about with a lot of products, to get that backbone and to get it heavy enough, heavy duty enough that we can use it, sometimes you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that situation where it has to be made out of steel so that it can hold that weight. All in all though, I think it is a very user-friendly product that is going to have multiple purposes and multiple uses. You just have to be prepared, put that thing together, and understand that you need to go put it up, leave it alone, and then come back and hunt it. Don't go out the day of, buy this thing, and then think that you're going straight to a tree, because that's not going to be how this is. So all in all, pretty solid product. Muddy, appreciate it. Again, I picked this thing up at Max Prairie Wings. It's the summertime, so we're going to be knocking these reviews out. Make sure you don't miss them, guys. Go back to the homepage, hit that little bell up top, and by all means, like and subscribe, as you never know where we're going to be or what kind of products we're going to be reviewing. Guys, I appreciate y'all for watching today. Till next time, good hunting. We'll see you from a tree.